So this week we've got a VW Toureg in. It's definitely seen better days. It's a lot worse than I remember it was, and this side is, my passenger side, completely destroyed with brambles. I'm going to try and get them on camera again. Because of our lighting, it doesn't show them the same, it shows more the swirls. But this side looks like Freddy Krueger has had a play day with his friends. It's seriously bad, so I'm definitely going to need a day off after doing this. However, in the back down there, we've also got a Q5 in for the exact same sort of work in the space of a week, and we've got another car in Thursday, Friday. So it's going to be some midnight shifts this week, so we'll get some videos. Hopefully I won't be half asleep, I won't look dead when I'm doing the videos, and we'll try and get you a really cool transformation video of this car. So what we're finding with the paint on this one is it's pretty tiring. Basically, it was so badly marked when we actually got the vehicle in, you couldn't see like the hairline type scratches, which the best way I can describe them is if you were to get a razor blade and put mark down it, they're the really hard marks to get out, and this is absolutely covered in them. But the problem is, because it had that many bramble and bush kind of marks down it and it lost all the colour, we couldn't actually see them. Now we're machining the panels up and getting them looking pretty damn good, we're starting to find all these little hundreds of different lines everywhere, and they're literally, there's like, for example, there's like two here, a couple here, and the problem is they're really hard work, and this paint's pretty tough for VW, which is surprising. So I've got to say, this is one of the most knackering jobs we've done in 20 years. Really has needed a lot of work, and luckily, again, because I am a rotary kind of user, not a DA, I am getting more results from them. We have had a quick go with the DA in some areas to try and basically speed a few things up and get the jobs done. A rotary is the only thing that's cutting this. A DA is just not touching it at all, it's just making it shiny. So we're basically back on with the flexors. I'm having to use a small tool. These are our new pads, by the way, that we're going to do a video on. But we're having to use a small tool in these areas because I don't want to cause any burn marks, which is what happens with a rotary. So this is one of the rear pillars, and what we're going to show you now is what we can get from this. But we're going to show you 100% and truthfully, because the reality is when you look at some of these marks here, they're not going to come out. It doesn't matter how much work you do, what pads you use, what machinery, your techniques, you're not going to fully get them out because they're so badly scratched. And if obviously you've watched the video, you'll see from the side of the vehicle, that's the reason why they're so badly scratched, because the rest of the vehicle was. So what we're going to show you is what you can get from them, but no trickery, because they do look incredible. They'll look amazing outside, because in our booth it does show things obviously a lot worse, but there still is going to be marks in these pillars regardless of what you do, and this is one that we've just worked on. Now, from that angle there, it looks pretty incredible. I can hover a bit knowing where the marks are and make out that we've actually made that flawless. We haven't. The truth is, there's still marks in there, so if I show you up here, you can see where the really deep scratches and gouges are. But what we're trying to show you is the difference in quality there and what it looks like compared to what this looks like here under the same lighting. And that's basically us showing you a true kind of reality of what these pillars are going to come out from and what they actually look like. So we're pretty much getting there with the paint on the Touareg. It's not going to be mint, we know that. We're not going to hide that on camera. We're not going to do fancy editing and photography. We're going to show you where the defects are once this is done. They are minimal, to be fair, compared to what they were, because this side was absolutely shot. That side was terrible, driver's side was bad. The passenger side, it was shot. A lot worse than we thought. When we put it in the booth, it really showed everything. We viewed this car outside at the time due to how busy we were. But as you can see, we've got the depth is there, the gloss is there. There is a few marks, but not a great deal. Like I say, we'll get them on camera, we'll show you where the defects are. We're not ones to hide anything. The customer's going to be over the moon with this when we're done, because the finish is completely different and it doesn't even look the same car, and we even know that. And we've still got another day and a half on here yet, so we've got quite a bit more we can get done. So we just completed the work on the Touareg. We actually stayed behind last night. It was nearly 10 o'clock by the time we actually put the coating on. So it's actually baked overnight and it's fully hard already. We've just done a free interior valet, which is standard with all our services, just to give it a bit of a clean, obviously, when you pick it up. It's one of those with this car. We knew it were really badly marked. Customer also knew that. This passenger side, as we said in the video and shown it, it really was shot. It's one of those where you could have had the car repainted at thousands of pounds, and I mean literally 3,000–4,000 quid to do it all, and then you'd have still have to machine it to get it to a detailed level. What we've done is got the paint to the best it's going to allow us. Now, it is a bit annoying on our side of things because I'm very OCD and people know how picky I am, and the bonnet has got sort of deep scratches in it in certain areas which they're not going to come out. There's a couple on the quarters. It is in the booth, and let's be honest, I find everything and I see everything and I notice it all. So sometimes it's a bit of a letdown to myself when I can't get a car perfect, but the reality is we've got this car to the best level it's physically capable of, and you know what, it's a seriously high level still. It's just me being ultra picky. You can see, obviously we've got videos in between, but you can see even on here, the colour's there, the depth is there, it's deep, it's blue, it's got no swirl marks, no light general scratches. The only marks that are in it now are those really deep sort of razor blade type marks. And the reason why they're there is we don't sand it anymore. It's had quite a lot of wet sanding on this car to get these panels right, and if we push it anymore, there's going to be no paint left. It also means that if anything ever happens again, like a light mark or a scratch, the customer's not going to be able to get that machined because it'll just go through. And that's what a lot of people won't tell you. When you sand a car, you do take a lot of the paint away, and if you ever need to do any work on it again, you can't. So you need to be honest with people and just get it to a level that's really safe and acceptable, and you know, to a high standard. And that's what we've got with this. So I'm going to show you some more clips now. We will show, like I said, there's a few defects still in there, but the finish is massively improved. And you know what, when you're outside, we've had a quick look at the vehicle this morning. It looks incredible. It's literally only in the booth where we can start seeing these defects. Showing there is the pillars with that badly marked, like we mentioned. You physically couldn't get all the marks out. A couple of options you've got is wrapping them in vinyl, which is going to scratch just as easily, in all fairness, but you could wrap them and it'd hide those defects. Outside, like we say, you're not going to see them like you are in here. Our light are right on them and it does really make them obvious. Outside it's literally going to look like a different car because they were matte grey and really shocking before, and then now they actually are black, and that's kind of the worst pillar, so I'll try and show you the best pillars now.